What is it about pen and paper that's so engaging? In this ever-increasing digital world, I've gone backwards this year and switched back to pen and paper to write my thoughts, ideas, journals, and more. I started a habit called morning pages, where it's one of the first things, if not the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, sit down at my desk, open my journal, and just write. Doing this process daily now for 3 months has proved to be very beneficial for me. It's allowed me to get out of my own head and get my thoughts down on a piece of paper. Oftentimes I find when I write them down, they're not nearly as bad as I thought they were going to be, and the things that I was worrying about don't seem so daunting. I've had tremendous creativity during this process, come up with titles, thumbnails, ideas, shots, places to go, things to photograph, and so much more. There's something about writing in the digital world that just disengages my brain ever so slightly from the experience. Using an iPad and Apple Pencil is as close as you can get to the real world of writing with pen and paper. You can't even get the pencil to stick in your head. But overall, the experience is just kind of okay. And I did this a lot in grad school. I would write lecture notes, I would write diagrams and mind maps. And maybe that's why my experience on digital writing has soured a little bit here over the years. It reminds me of trying to copy down things that a professor was saying for the sake of copying it down and holding information that may or may not be useful to me in the future. Did I really understand what I was writing? Probably not. Going back to pen and paper has freed my mind, both from stress and anxiety, but has also given me the ability to be more creative. I've used the morning pages process to look inward at myself and figure out, what am I doing? What's my goals? Why am I doing it? I've even gone back and gotten myself a paper dashboard. This has my top priorities for the week and different focus areas, like an analog to-do list. Crossing off an item on a pen and paper to-do list is just as satisfying as the noise you get in Todoist when you check off a task in the digital app. Overall, I've had tremendous success with this process. I've been able to plan and set goals. I'm not sure I'd be in the same spot today as I am with this channel if it weren't for this process. So if you're like me and you really enjoy your digital productivity system, I'd urge you to keep an open mind with this process and maybe try out pen and paper once in a while as well. I do still make digital archives of all of my analog writings in pen and paper by scanning them into Apple Notes every day. This gives me both sides, an analog written in a notebook, note that spurs creativity, allows me to dig into thoughts and feelings, and a digital copy that's archived and searchable that I can pull up anywhere I am, even if I don't have my notebook with me. So maybe try that approach out. There's more to this than I could ever express in front of a camera, and I'm not sure I fully understand the science behind it, if there is any, as to why this makes sense in my brain, but it does. So until next time, see ya.